Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vinay and we like watching anime. My favorite anime is One Piece, but we react to everything: action, horror, comedy, thriller, slice of life, rom-com, deep, dark, bizarre animes. And lately, we've been into some sci-fi world as well. We are watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which is a very small, short, but very interesting anime so far. It's only 10 episodes. We are on the 8th one right now. And if you want to check out the reaction to the previous ones, there's a link in the description for the playlist of Cyberpunk and all the other animes that I've been watching. Hopefully, you watch it with me, you enjoyed with me, and you learn a little bit about the sci-fi world. Now, Cyberpunk comes real close to the real world. It's except now that we know it's sort of like a different reality and where the world went after the Great Wars and well, the collapse of the US government and literally the takeover and the gang wars and loads of other stuff by different companies, mainly Arasaka and Militech, which we were referenced to in the previous episode. We have a job, a potential job of one of the most influential companies right now, by one of the most influential companies right now. We don't know the motive because that's only for Faraday to know. And yes, he's the Gus Fring guy. So if you watched Breaking Bad, there will be some resemblance and some memories back in your lane. But here, we have a job. And now that Main's gone and also Dorio's gone, a lot of our old crew is kind of gone now. So it's only the new guy who's taken over the reins, who's become the leader, David, of course. If you didn't see it coming, I mean, that was about to happen. David's getting pretty hooked on cyberware. He's literally forced or gotten installed all the cyberware that he needs in every part of his body apart from his head, which is kind of crazy, but he still looks extremely jacked now. He's got different legs, amazing set of lungs. He has the scientific done that he already had, and which, by the way, is an amazing feature in itself because apart from David, not a lot of folks would be able to use it. And so for that, David has been literally deemed to be the second Adam Smasher. And if you don't know who Adam Smasher is, that was the guy with high affinity to cyberware and very high resistance to cyberware as well, just like David had. And he quite literally would be the another version of John Wick, let's say, because of course Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk, so I have to make a Keanu Reeves reference. Or he was, let's say, the John Wick sort of guy, the Baba Yaga sort of guy, hired by Arasaka to just lay out graveyards. Because that man, and this is something I read, but that man took a RPG to his face, an RPG, and survived. Guys, that's how tough that man is. And he was amazing killer. And David is literally the same, except for the fact that David is now showing some signs. David is now showing some signs of some glitches here and there, maybe. He's tweaking, as we've seen in the last episode. I'm a little bit concerned because David is growing with his reputation. And if Faraday himself contacted him for some gig, he's getting a good reputation in the cyberpunk world, at least in the Edgerunners world. He's got a good team, he can handle himself, he can handle the other folks, he manages to save everybody unless you do some stupid move like Julio did in the last episode, and then you end up dead, but he's now used to death as well, so he knows how it works in the Night City. And apart from that, well, he thinks he's special. Anyway, that's one sort. But we got to know about another legend of the cyberpunk world. Uh, one sec. I'm forgetting his name. What is his name? Raish Batmos. Raish Batmos is the sort of a guy who was the netrunner and quite literally responsible for most of the data crash of the cyberpunk world back in his days, right? This guy became Jarvis, guys, and I'm not kidding. He, at the end of his life, he literally just well, he fused his uh, mind into the net, right? So he's still alive in some sort of way because that's how crazy good he is. He was the most brilliant of hackers of literally of all time in their world, having written many books, and many people know him, having creating multiple viruses that destroyed the unified net, let's say, of that region. And well, he's quite literally responsible for changing cyberspace. So we have a physical prowess guy and a netrunner guy, kind of the same way how we have now David and Lucy, right? Lucy is one of the most effective netrunners in the world, and so as David is one of the most effective edge runners in the world, having leading a team and doing multiple missions, getting his reputation up. People are starting to recognize, and wanting to work with David just because of how he is. And I'm not sure what David's motive here is, like what he wants to achieve, but he's playing along. He's doing the same thing. He's found Lucy, so that sort of the romantic side of that story is also there. But we got to know about Lucy's backstory, how she was a child and she was raised in Arasaka facility, and there were 13 netrunners hired or trained for the sole purpose of extracting data from the crashes, from the data crash back in the day, from the old net to extrapolate information, bits, petabytes and petabytes of information over there that might be helpful for humanity. But now that we have Faraday involved, we got ourselves a test to check if um, David is worthy of being hired by Militech and do the job. Because well, David is just another guy who you can hire off the market, right? So you have to test him first, and his test. Well, I don't know if he found out what his test was, but he has to do something, and for that he might need Lucy. Kiwi might not be enough. There are other people waiting to just attack David, I guess, and David is more than capable of handling himself. But when his team is involved, I'm not sure if that's successfully works out in his favor. But now Lucy is quite the dangerous person. She is attacking other people. I thought that there might be another people like Lucy who attacked the last person in the previous episode, but maybe it's still the same Lucy. So we'll find out now from episode 8 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Guys, this is only a 10 episode anime, so we are very close to the ending. So hang tight because lots of stuff might go down this episode and the next few ones. Deep in thought, busy working. Oh, oh wow. Hello, Mr. Control Freak. Oh, what a pushover. Dude, I hate these bossy people. Like, they have a life, bro. Out of work, you have a life. Not everybody does. David! Oh, he tweaked! Oh, freak. I just know he freaked. Did you do more than enough? You went more than enough. Dude. David's gone crazy psycho now. I'm sure the guy had it coming, but hey. Alright, that's the test. Hmm. So Kiwi was useful there. It's all about business, guys. It's all about the eddies. Not Faraday. Faraday's in danger. Yep. I'm sure a man of this guy is cautious. Well, not cautious enough. Rookies. Wow! A bullet that curves? Bro, what is happening?
I was nearly killed. But Arasaka? How can you be sure? You take me for a fool. Who else? Even so, don't expect a bump in hazard pay, and corporate immunity is still off the table. What a joke. Listen, your fuck up with Tanaka already has this operation in the red, with nothing to show for it. We expect returns on our investments. Want more resources? Show us results.
Hmm.
And what the hell do you think I've been so busy chasing? Check your tone, Faraday. You're running out of time. Our patience is running thin. You're aware that Arasaka security has been very tight. They clearly view the cyberskeleton as a market game changer, worthy of their utmost vigilance.
Cyber skeleton.
Don't lecture me. I know the stakes.
Oh,
We know its worth. We know yours.
a lot of new
Don't get
terms.
ready until you earn it. We're done here.
Might be the top dog of Militech.
Cocky, self-important brat.
Dude, what does Faraday do? Like a corporate lapdog, I understand, but he surely is important, right? Like he is at that position, let's say, where he has access to secret or let's say confidential information on either side, maybe. And I don't know where he works, what he does, but he is a corporate lapdog. So that's what he mentioned. And of course, the only way the only things brutes can think of is giving him a scare, or let's say, I mean, if Faraday ends up getting killed at this point, they don't care because they're replaceable, honestly. But that was a nice way of doing it. I mean, I thought Faraday has his own protection or security. I don't know how much that helped, but that was pretty chill. Like you're traveling by yourself in one car, one or two, let's say, right, one car, and then somebody hired to kill you is just easily able to overtake you, shoot you from the back, and I mean, you gotta run a much more tighter security than that if you are dealing with such crazy people, especially people of David's sort, right? You hire them on one side, you work for the corporations, you have your own plans in mind. It does not sit well with me that you are that careless, right? Especially somebody at Faraday's position. In other things, guys, the tweakings are getting crazier. And as we all know, somehow, someday, you will end up, if you keep using your Sandevistan and getting, uh, like, using the cyberware installed in your body. Frankly, David's kind of overdoing it. And it's only been 6 months since main pass, as we know, right? And shout out to any Rose for that. But within the 6 months, how much has he had to use his Sandavista and other body parts that he installed, the cyberware, right? For him to be tweaking within 6 months and also sort of losing it. What happened? Like, we need more info on these missions that he's carried out and how crazy did he go? Because he was tweaking with Lucy in the previous episode, and now he's just plain getting out of it and shooting people like crazily. You know for sure that that's what happened there, right? That's not the only. I might not be the only person seeing it, right? I know for a fact that you guys saw it as well. So David's condition is not getting better, and he might call himself special, but he's gonna go crazy in the coming episodes, I fear, unless he stops now. And we all know that's not gonna happen.
Fixers made contact, as we foresaw.
There's a good boy.
Hmm.
What a mischievous little dog.
Dude, what are you doing?
David,
Oh, sorry, my bad. Did I wake you?
can't sleep?
Couldn't shut my brain down.
Gloria Martinez.
I'll turn it off.
Aren't you watching?
Nah, just kinda zoning out. Only 250K to the moon? Cheaper than I thought.
Long for a one-way ticket, though.
Yeah, true.
You remembered. I need to sleep.
Okay, good night then.
She meant to be with you, bro.
Rundown diner meetup with the counter intel of the world's greatest megacorp.
I thought you'd find the familiarity reassuring.
Depends wholly on your answer.
The cyberskeleton project is a delicate topic, even within Arasaka. It turned problematic when Tanaka over-consolidated the
Dude,
Your
his
gravity
dialogues are so
such
cool.
that Militech foolishly denied you. As for the Tanakhness, consider your dead set.
Now I'm listening.
But of course, I would need to add a few conditions.
Go on.
We must eliminate any and all persons aware of the cyberskeleton's existence.
Oof.
And one more thing.
They
Yes,
need David.
the metals of Netrunner. Since Tanaka's death, they have been interfering with our data recovery efforts regarding the cyberskeleton. Do you have any information on who it may be?
Afraid not.
Unfortunate. We find this case especially curious. Even if Militech were behind it, we can't conceive of a reasonable motive.
Is that,
My
are they
sources
talking
tell
about
me
Lucy?
not a single soul knows of Tanaka's ties to the Cyberskeleton project. An inside job.
Yeah,
Impossible. No
that
one
is
in the
Lucy.
Arasaka subnet moves internally without leaving breadcrumbs. No, our theory points outward. Though skilled, our bounty is most likely not corporate and Edgerunner. A perfect job for a fixer, wouldn't you agree?
Hmm.
Is this an official contract?
A cool million for bringing the runner in alive. Half of that for just their head.
Oh wow.
We have a deal.
Damn.
Whoa, fair call. What the? Even possible in this? Kiwi, hey. What's up, bub? No, nothing. Just a question you to ask.
What's up, up?
Question? Not like, no big deal. Like how David's. David? Fine, he's fine. For a punk. Thought he'd need hand-holding, help. But stepped up.
No,
Big
she's
time.
concerned.
And Faraday. We're back on his payroll. Right, yeah.
Wow.
Ain't step a circ. Zip. If he saw David. Something on your mind, Luce? No,
Dude, you
nothing.
called her. Ask
Everything's
her.
holding up, so. Why call? Why? Come see him, just. Huh? He's moping, waiting, always is. You. Wants you. Wants you back ASAP. So obvious. Yeah, I know. Still a no-go? No, not yet. Got something, but can't just gotta do it. Won't take long, not long.
Yeah,
Okay. Fucking
Lucid's been
serious.
doing some crazy stuff
Good for
in
you.
the background.
Won't pry, though. Never trust a stolen NC. With me, taught you. You? Oh, yeah, remember that. Look forward to having you around again, Luce. Meaning, God, do we need David Tamler back? Right, later.
Well, that was a cool conversation.
Yeah, it's me.
Wow, is that the door? What the hell? Dude, Rebecca is crazy.
Got you.
Awesome. You can shoot grenades in the middle, in the air. Oh, thank God. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You see that?
Alrighty. Be seeing you.
Damn. Dude, Rebecca shot a guy in midair 3 times with a shotgun. What? No freaking way. That. Oh man, she's so cool. And thank God she's there because David was gone. Literally. Not sure if he would survive point blank gun because he's all messed up now. He's all cyberware loaded up. He's all basically an edge runner with amazing tech behind him. Or he could have just activated Sand Wisdom and just escaped that. But what the hell? I mean, yeah, David remembers shooting somebody innocent, and it weighs on him. Is that really a surprise? I don't think so. He's been raised the right way. He had a good mama, Gloria Martinez, and even though we found out that she was a smuggler and doing something extra for the Eddies, but hey, she was a good mother, at least. She sent her kid to the bright school and wanted him to be a part of Arasaka, the top brass, and make a future for him, paved a path for him. So David's certainly a good person. And he's been running up and shooting down all these crazy gangs and other edge runners in the Night City. But man, if he sees somebody like Julio, right, who was sort of too young or too innocent uh, at the start, you know what I mean, right? Like he's just gotten into it, and that was the guy. He would hesitate. And he said, in his job in Night City, if you're an edge runner and you hesitate, you're gonna end up dead. Thank God Rebecca's there. Dude, other people are shooting bullets at them, and Rebecca is just clearly shooting shotgun. And with so, I don't even think it's a normal shotgun. That shotgun is blowing off people. Like, you know how if you fire a shotgun, like it spreads apart like that. This one is just obliterating the bodies of the enemy, obliterating. And David's gotten much better at handling his own sort of stuff. He can shoot grenades thrown at him in midair. man has improved, and no wonder he's getting that reputation there. Well, it was only Rebecca and him, and that found him. Lucy, you can see she is concerned for him. They still have that moon trip kind of a dream that they share between themselves. And hey, of course, why not? They were a happy couple at that point. David was still David, and not exactly the person who ended up killing somebody. And I've said this before in previous episodes. Before David was a killer, right? Before he had his first kill, David would just be more so of saving people and um, getting people out of harm's way. That sort of a guy. Now, not so more. Doesn't doesn't hesitate shooting people, and he has to. Literally, he has to because the other folks will kill him anyway. But and depending on the mission. And here now, he's become way more okay with death, right? That sort of stuff impacts you, man. Like you see, he's not the chirpy, happy little guy that he used to be, or maybe some sort of confident person. He has different sort of confidence, but not the same sort of innocent, naive sort of stuff, right? And yes, it's necessary for the plot. He has to change to adapt to his new environment right now, right? But I kind of miss the old David.
Well, damn. Looks like an after party for two.
Actually, need you to drop me somewhere.
Bunch of killjoys, all y'all.
Oh, even Rebecca's concerned for him.
Can't promise I'll be any more fun.
Is he gonna dance?
Sure.
Does David know Rebecca's hitting on him? Oh,
What was what? Froze up is all. I'm fine. What woman?
will he share to Rebecca though?
Not your problem, Becca.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
true.
know. Is that right?
Oh, she's so amazing.
Of course. Yeah.
Whoa. Be careful. Be careful now. You don't want to go in too deep. Oh, what happened? Missing his mom.
Last one. Intel says last. Security neutralized. La-di-da. Doors wide open.
No, no, wait!
Oh. Whoa! What the hell? Is that like a
Data copy?
final defense mechanism?
Download. With someone. On you. Right on you. Get out of there. David, copy. Come on.
Oh. Oh, okay. My bad.
Talk to me. Talk, David, talk.
Yeah.
What? That? Calm down. What? Someone headed straight for you.
Move.
Nailed it.
You did? Cool, cool.
Ugh.
On my way. Doc. Seemed
Thank God he's got Lucy.
When they start. What? Shaky hands, dizziness, nausea, usual suspects. A little while ago, shooter hollered the second they appeared. Didn't seem like a big deal. All this grown sketching up with you, did. I mean, shit still blows my mind you kept it together this long. Whatever, why now? You want my professional opinion? You best lift the pedal off the metal, John. You're about to drive headfirst off the cliff with no idea
Ew,
what
that's
you're
so
getting up to.
creepy.
Fucking stronger men then. Well, shit. Either you ain't hearing me, Joe, or you're already off the deep end. Asking for miracle drugs and pixie dust. Listen, didn't come here for your goat jokes. Just take my fucking money. And give me my fucking ride! David!
Oh,
There, your last squib. 9 times standard dosage.
9 times.
Rolling over the edge, straight into hell. I'm sorry, Doc. You didn't deserve that.
Really?
Waste your breath, Davy. Not like you're ever coming back here anyway. Just yesterday, a punk kid pushing XPDs for a quick buck. Gone, become that legend, or whatever the fuck you like to do.
Uh, wow. What an irony. No wonder he felt bad. Ended up shooting the mother of the kid who was probably the same way as David was back in his day and probably remembered his mom. That's gotta hit home, man. And that's seriously gonna affect his mind, let's say. There's no way to rectify this mistake. He ended up shooting her because he was going crazy. Yeah, and the Chromes, like Doc said, is catching up with him. Oh, wait, I keep telling myself not to get attached to characters, right? This is an anime. Not to get attached. This is not to get too much into it. And in the end, 8 episodes in, just 8, I find myself feeling sorry for what's going on with David, his whole story, because that's the main character, and we're catching up with him. His what he's been through, what he's going to do, and what he's sort of looking to do, but in the different way, in the right way, not in the same way as Main was doing things. He's also watched it out for his players, learned that from Main, and but of course, like Rebecca said, she basically trusts him, and not just Rebecca. Falco, Kiwi, these people, this crew, trusts David by putting their life in his hand on a daily basis, right? And if something's going on, he has to kind of sort of take a step back, right? I mean, if you care about them, you kind of have to. Meds won't help you as long. It didn't work for Main, didn't work for Adam, certainly won't be working for you, even though you might be the most resilient person to cyberware in the history of cyberpunk. But still, the other BD guys said it. You're not special. This will happen, even though you end up at least at the start of it. David's body was not ready, right? So you could feel it, right? He could see the nosebleeds, he could see the exhaustion, he could see the blackouts, right? He could see what's happening, what the toll of the the netwares, right, was doing to his body. And then he ended up and going and getting physically stronger bodies to carry out missions, and probably he's overboarding that as well. Man, I don't want a sad ending. That's just what I'm gonna say. I don't want a sad ending. And for Rebecca to just be there and help him, that was amazing. And she's right. He has to lay off a little bit. You don't want to end up in Maine, but how long? Like, we don't know. I, does David have the money to do this? Can he go through the treatments or like take a step back? I don't like with the Netrunner as Lucy. Is money really a thing or like a problematic thing for him? Not, I'm not really sure of that, but oh, mental struggles are sort of going into the physical body, right? You know the connection is there. And if you're not mentally fit, you're not going to be physically fit, and you're going to be slacking off, you're going to be lacking out in and just getting off in missions that you're supposed to carry out in a normal way, you're gonna go crazy in that and putting other people's life in dangers. I know David's not like that, so and we don't even know what Lucy's doing. Oh, Doc.
What was that?
Don't tell the crew.
I don't get it.
Dude, she's the one person with you. Talk to her.
Your body, your mind, they have limits, David. You knew that. If normal meds can't cut it, it's time to slow down. Can't let you do this to yourself. Scale back your cyberware.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because of Maine and my mom. Both had plans for me, left me things to do.
What?
Stuff I ain't done yet.
No.
Wait, you really? David, you
What
can't
is David going on for this?
honestly believe that? Really think you're special?
Handled the Sandy, didn't I? Definitely ain't normal.
So you have a higher tolerance than everyone else, that's all. Doesn't mean you're not human, you know.
I killed someone.
There.
Brandon killed my mom. Woman had a son too. About my age. She was a bystander. A normal person. Who knows how many thugs I killed? How many goons? I lost count. Grew numb to it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I really am losing.
Difference between thugs and humans.
I ain't normal. Said so yourself before. I'm different.
You're not.
I am.
You're not.
You just don't get it. You know, when Maine died, didn't expect you'd leave us too.
I had to.
I'm not mad.
Why not?
You deserve a way out of this life.
David, no. I'm not trying to.
That mean you'll come back. You and me again. Turn back the clock.
Can't quite do that yet.
Dude, she's not telling you something.
Before.
There's something I have to do.
Can't tell me.
Wish I could.
Just say it. Because you don't trust me.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. Forget it. Maybe we should.
Lack of communication there.
Oh, wait. That's not what I want.
What's going on?
I'm sorry, David. I gotta go.
Go where?
I really need to.
Sure.
We'll talk when I get home.
He's
Please.
not gonna be there. Ugh.
Miss Net Index. Same runner as before. There you are.
Faraday is behind all this. Oh. Tell me, wouldn't David be helpful here right now?
Simple. Here I expected fireworks. Looks like we just landed our ticket into Arasaka. Magnificent work, Kiwi.
Oh, wow. Wow. Ho, ho, ho. Kiwi's working with Faraday? Is there anything else? No, okay. Kiwi's working. Freaking hell. That is. Whoa. Well, Faraday knew that there's another netrunner just like Lucy who is extremely talented, and that's Kiwi. So no wonder he's gonna end up using her. And Kiwi, I don't know. She already told her not to trust anybody in Night City. She's doing it for the eddies, and I honestly don't blame her. Like, she is a merc. You hire them to do a job, and she's just doing a job for the eddies. She has no attachment, no sort of bonds with anybody apart from, I guess, David, but I don't even think that's the case. And damn, lack of communication. Simple things. You are together, right? Say it like it is. Say what, like, don't you think if David knows what Lucy is doing, he would actually try to help, or if needed, he would actually cover for her, just like in this situation? Nope. Just like he's not telling her stuff and keeping her out, she's also got some stuff that keeps him out of this stuff. And this is happening since Maine. I don't, I'm like, People stick together and become stronger. That's the whole point of having a team than having one person. If Rebecca was not there, David would have been dead, right? Right? How would Lucy have taken that? Right? You should have been there with him. Probably not doing every mission like he wants to, but maybe doing some of them together so that you can have a real life analysis on what David is going through in a day-to-day basis. I mean, come on, guys. This is like, I don't know, textbook sort of relationship, sort of guidance. I don't know. But hey, now Lucy's gone. David's gonna think it's his fault. David's gonna go haywire. Probably gonna go even more psycho, having stronger meds, 9 times stronger. What is he, a bull? All right, I'm getting too involved in the show. Sorry for that. But hey, it's getting. And this is interesting, guys. Come on, you have to admit. We're on the eighth episode. This and for this up until this point, I'm telling you, the show has done a really good job of giving us a sort of scenario of what normal people kind of go through, how the Arasaka and Militech are dominating everybody else, what their own story is, what they are doing. Sort of, it's more business. It's just money. Everything boils down to just pure money, right? And politics, money, that's all there is. And David has been a merc for I don't know how long right now, about a year or so. See, look where he started, and look where he is right now, right? He's got a reputation for himself, and he's not letting off the chrome. He's getting more and more into cyberpsychosis. He ends up killing human, knows the difference between killing thugs and killing actual human, like innocent human beings, civilians, right? Bruh, that's gonna weigh way more on him than just killing some nut cyber psycho, right? But yeah, that's about it. That was today's episode. Let me know what you think of today's episode. What's Faraday's plan going with Kiwi to get to Arasaka? We still don't know what Arasaka wanted with David. That was introduced in like what, second or first episode? Second episode, I guess. Still don't know what they want with David because they wanted him. We don't know what Tanaka's plans were. We don't know what Lucy saw in Tanaka's mind and what she is trying to do and save, well, sort of, her own way, save David from. But now she's caught, right? David doesn't know. For all they know, David's waiting for her either in their home and she's not there. So essentially they are broken up. And he's thinking now she's avoiding her and probably he's gonna just go on his own way. And doesn't know that Lucy actually needs help. But anyway, let me know what you think about this episode in the comments. And we'll see you for the finales happening. 2 more episodes in, guys. And then we also have a trailer for season 2, so we'll watch that together. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.